because people just know, like, everyone now knows that you don't have to have a job to live that lifestyle. And if anything, that job is not letting you live that lifestyle. The whole point to make money is really to live that lifestyle that you want to live.
Yeah.
You know, and a job is not letting you live that lifestyle. And we know that. And so if you can live that lifestyle, like, without doing that, like, why not?
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Your Visionary Podcast. I have a super valuable episode for y'all today. The first episode of season 2. And for my guest, I have none other than my brother, Austin Morris, also known as Prince Austin, the best online marketer I know. He's been killing it as an entrepreneur for years now. And I finally got him to get on the mic and share his story. And so if this is your first time listening, I just want to go over some house rules. First, if you enjoy the episode, subscribe and leave a written review on whichever platform you're listening on, preferably Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. And second, go to Instagram and follow my page at Visionary CJ, and CJ spelled CEEJ. And let me know that you listen to the podcast. And if you do that, shoot me a message. I'll be sure to follow you back, and we can connect from there. And lastly, make sure you listen to the end of the episode, because I do a short segment called the Visionary Minute, where I go over my key takeaways from the episode, and I talk about how you can incorporate them into your life instantly. And so Austin actually gave his blueprint of what you should do to push any business using social media. And so y'all gonna want to hear that. And that's all from me for now. But I hope y'all enjoy the episode, and let's get it.
Welcome to Your Visionary Podcast. This podcast is specifically for you and your vision. Get ready to grow. Let's go.
Life is in the detour, you know? So every detour we experience, that's an opportunity to learn something.
You sell yourself. Doesn't matter if you're selling ice in Alaska or if you're selling sugarcane in Haiti. They're going to buy from you.
Man, all of this knowledge is in captivity when it should be out in the world. He couldn't believe that I had 25 years, but the way I carry myself, you'd have thought I had 25 days left.
We try to be something so great, and we forget that we're just being humans. We're human beings, you know? And it's like, we're enough right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Your Visionary Podcast. Today, we have a dope episode coming to you. We got my brother, one of my best friends in the world, Austin Morris. What's good, my guy?
Yes, sir. How you doing? I'm glad to be here.
Good, bro. Thank you for coming in and talking to me, man. I got a lot I want to get into, but really, let's just take it back. Well, actually, we start this off. We asked, what's your purpose statement?
Well, I don't have a direct purpose statement, but my purpose is basically to show people that, like, you can do what you want. In today's age, I feel like it's no age restriction, no guideline. At any age, you can become who you want to be. And I'm just trying to show, especially like Black people, African American, that you don't have to be a rapper or athlete or any type of entertainer to be successful. Because right now, all we do is idolize rappers and athletes and entertainers. There's only one person who's really, like, idolized that isn't one of those, and that's Virgil. And he still DJs, so there's really no one who's really broken out of that box and showed, like, the youth that this is possible.
Yeah. So when did you really take on that mindset of that you don't have to be, say, a hooper or a rapper? Because I know we both grew up hooping. You know what I'm saying? So when did you really, like, switch that mindset? Like, okay, I don't have to hoop. I can be an entrepreneur and still live that life.
Well, at a young age, I was always trying to get in my bag. So, like, I was mowing yards at an ice cream cone thing at the pool when I was, like, 8. I was mowing yards and stuff, selling stuff on eBay. So I always knew there was more. But I think after high school, when I decided not to play, which was a tough decision, like, because I could have went to a bunch of, like, good schools, I realized that, like, I'm not playing basketball, but I can still be balling, you know what I'm saying? So that's when it really clicked.
You can't play basketball, but you can still be balling.
Yeah.
That's real. And so talk about when you decided to go to college and not hoop. Where was your mindset at then? Were you focused on business, or were you just, living free?
I think a lot of people can relate to this. A lot of college athletes can relate to this, or even high school athletes. I was really in a lot of, like, pain or, like, depression, because it was, like, basketball was my life. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a lot of, like, regret or just, like, figuring it out. But I had a lot of inner I don't know, inner aggressiveness that made me want to be like, okay, like I'm trying to like, cause some people was telling me like, yo, you're dumb for not playing basketball. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not playing basketball? Some people told me that, so it's like I wanted to prove people wrong.
So you had that chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, like a huge.
Yeah, that's real. And I feel like I heard that in a podcast. A lot of entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs, they start out by having that chip on their shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of the fuel to the fire, you know, in a sense. And so, let's see. So you did start young with entrepreneurship. You know, in a sense, you were, like you said, you were selling ice cream when you were 8, mowing lawns, selling on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you really realize that the power of the internet and the power of just finding something that will sell and 10xing it?
When I sold like these glasses on eBay, like beginning what was it? Beginning of freshman year in college, going into freshman year, I sold these glasses and I just ran it up.
Yeah.
Like every day, like that's how I figured out how to do everything. Like go to AliExpress, Alibaba, buy them, put them on eBay, and just tax people.
Yeah.
And that's what happened, and I just kept doing that and just started making bread.
Yeah. And so did you have a blueprint for it before going into it?
I mean, I just looked at it like I feel like in today's age, bro, people overthink too much. Like,
yeah,
it's not even like, I just knew that there was a demand, and I know I can meet that demand.
Yeah.
So I started selling them.
That's real. Yeah, that's true. And I think a lot of it is just learning as you go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just committing to the fact that you're gonna, you know, find a product to sell and you're gonna sell it, committing to that, and then figuring the rest out later. Yeah. That's kind of the hardest part, and that's why I always say like the toughest part of starting a business is just starting it. Yeah. You know, getting it off the ground. And so, what was next after the glasses? So your freshman year, you sold glasses. What'd you do with that bread from that?
I bought my car. I had like a Ford Mustang, peanut butter seats, LED lights, 20 inches. You know what I'm riding clean, you know what I'm saying? I'm 19, big body Mustang.
Yeah,
yes sir.
Hell yeah! And so do you feel like you always you feel like you try to portray an image, or do you feel like you just want to get nice things?
Right. It's like I'm like I said before, like you said, purpose is like I do what I want. So it's not even about the image or anything like that. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I wanted that car.
So you got it. That's real. And so, what was going through your mind? Because at that point, you're not a regular college student, right? Yeah. Freshman year, you're not regular. Freshman year, you ran it up selling online, and then you bought a whip, by yourself, and so you lit. You know what I'm saying? So what was after that? Like, what kind of shit did that have for you?
It was more maturity level. Like, I mean, because I'm thinking like mentally, it was just more like I knew I didn't really belong. That's when I started feeling like I didn't belong around my environment. I felt like there's more. And that's what made me start questioning. I started questioning more stuff. Like, there's more. Like, people are telling me, like, oh, you can get a good job after a degree. But I'm like, if I'm doing this now, like, there's more, you know? Yeah. There's more.
Yeah, so you saw the potential. Yeah. Basically saw the potential. Yeah. And so what'd you do once you had that idea, that curiosity really struck? Like, okay, I did this. I know I can do way more.
I tried to do more stuff, but it wasn't working. Like, I tried to do a bunch of stuff. And just figuring it out. Like, I tried to start this company called Forest Supply. Some people might know who's watching this. I tried to make a bag, this cool backpack, and there's just a lot of problems I was going on. So yeah.
Yeah. What'd you learn from those problems?
I learned that I learned a lot, honestly. I want to say patience, but more importantly, I learned that like you have to like move a certain way.
What you mean by that?
Like when you're trying to accomplish something, like everything is different. So like people like try to think that they can do like what I did for the Ray-Bans or the glasses. I try to replicate that for the
bag.
Yeah, and it was so many more steps that I didn't understand, and so I'm overlooking steps. You know what I'm saying? And I'm skipping steps, and it's loopholes, And for you to swim or for you to sail, like you got to fix all the holes in the ship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like basically it's like I was skipping steps.
Right.
Trying to get it finished.
Right. And so did you realize that after the fact, or did you realize it while you were going through it?
I mean, I was going through it because I'm the type of person, like, I'm trying to get it done. Like, I'm not trying to wait six months, a year. I'm trying to get it now.
Right.
And it wasn't going like that. So I had to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, no, that's real. And so after the forest supply didn't really go as planned, what was your next venture, I would say?
Bro, I tried forest supply for like 2 years. So like my sophomore year and my junior year, I tried, and then it was at a point where it was like, okay, like that's not working. So let me go and like make some money.
Yeah. And so during this time when you're actually in school, like what was your mindset about the actual school you were going to? Because you went to Georgia State. Like, what were you thinking about school?
School's whatever. I just knew that, like, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah.
But I did an internship my freshman year. I did an internship freshman year, and I went to UNC and did this like outdoor sales thing. And then that's when I realized that I can't do that 9 to 5. And then once I realized I can't do the 9 to 5, I started reflecting on school, and I'm like, what am I actually learning? And then all the stuff I really wanted to know, I was going on YouTube, and I was finding out that was more valuable for me.
Yeah. So what do you think is like the most valuable thing that you took away from school, from being at State?
The most valuable thing I took away from school.
Yeah, like if it was
like what's helped me the most from school.
Yeah, just from the experience of being a college student. Like, you could either be like a friends, it could be, you know, a teacher, it could be a class, it could be an apartment you stay in.
Everybody should at least go to college because it teaches you some type of professionalism. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing. Yeah. I see a lot of people who don't go to school and then do go to school. They're just with all their types of content, either social media, like writing, like anything that they do, like people who go to college are more professional. Yeah,
that's a fact. That's a
fact.
I didn't even think about that, but
that's the most important thing. Like the classes and stuff, everything's outdated. I mean, I don't want to say everything's outdated, but for business and marketing, which I got my degree in, most of it's outdated.
Yeah, I agree. And then I feel like education as a whole is starting to get outdated, because I was at a high school doing a speaking engagement, and one of the students was just like, they need to make an update for high school. Like the stuff they learn, and they still in the fat textbooks. You know what I'm saying? Using the fat textbooks.
Yeah, we're in a digital age. Yeah. We still, it's like the way school, like everything needs to change in terms of, and this is why I want to make a bunch of money so I can help fix stuff like this. Like, it shouldn't be one person standing in front of the class and talking to us for an hour. Like, it's hard to watch a YouTube video for an hour or anything for an hour. That's not how we digest content anymore. Right. So how do they expect us to learn at such a high rate like that? It's not 1960s.
Right. No, that's real. But we still got the people from the 1960s controlling the school system. So that's why it's like that. But anyway, but while you were in college and you were, hustling, really, how did you really create balance? You know, how do you still get your work done?
It's not balance. It's no balance. You can't, like, I feel like, you just no balance. Yeah. I feel like it's like you have to go all in for one thing. I still got my schoolwork done, but that wasn't my main priority. My main focus wasn't that, because I knew that's not what's gonna like make me be able to do what my purpose is, which is do what I want.
Right. So did you like outsource most of that?
Nah, I still did it, but it wasn't like I knew. I mean, this sounds bad. I might not be a good influence for this, but whatever. I knew that like I just need to graduate. So a C or an A. I know I can pass this class if I do like an hour a week, and I know I can get a C, or I can do like 6-8 hours a week and get an A. Yeah. But what does that A really mean? So I was just like, let me get my degree.
Yeah, no, that's real. And then like in my story, when I go and like speak at college, speak at high school, is always mentioned how my first 2 years I was kind of lost. You know, after my first year, when I got arrested, you know, the throwing a party, you was there. You was there. Loki, you was there. Yeah, and so then just being in jail kind of changed my mindset. But then the second year, I changed my mindset without changing my environment, and so I was still just not really going uphill in a sense. And so when everything happened with my roommate and all that, then I moved to Atlanta, and then me, you, and Sean got a crib. And then that's when my eyes really just opened to what was possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Seeing how y'all grinding and just seeing just the environment we were in. Like we was in Buckhead, you know what I'm saying, at 19, 20. So it was just a different environment. So just talk about like how important you think that is.
It's all about pace and speed.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the reason why, like, again, this is gonna sound bad, but the reason why, like, you're not at where you're at is because you're moving too slow. Like, it's about speed. It's about pace. Like, it's about, like, every level you go up, you have to move faster. Like, in basketball, like, in high school, the game is kind of slow, whatever. And in college, it's faster. But to go to the NBA, like, the first thing players say from college to NBA is, like, yo, it's faster. Yeah, it's speed. So, with everything in life, it's like that, too. But it's, like, you have to move faster with distractions and your focus.
Well, like, get rid of distractions.
No, it's like... I mean, not necessarily getting rid of distractions. It's just handling distractions. The higher you go up, the more distractions you're going to have, and the more focused you have to be. If you can handle that, you're going to keep going up.
Yeah. So how do you get faster? Because I know when hooping, to get faster, you just start working. You start playing up. You know what I'm saying? You can start working out with people who are, you know what I'm saying, higher than where you are, and then it kind of just gets you hip to the speeds. But like in a sense of life,
you get in a sense of life, you move faster, and you have on your skills, just like basketball, and you have better skills. The reason why people are trying to move fast but have no skills. So like, you can get like followers or anything, or you can do all this stuff and seem cool, but if at the end of the day you don't have any skills to apply to what you're doing, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
that's real. And then one thing you told me, I want to say it was like when we first moved in together, that I tell like almost everybody I meet who's a student athlete, you gotta think about life like you think about basketball.
Yeah.
You know, like when
I do.
Yeah, when you say how the best players in high school, they were the ones that worked out in the morning. They were the ones that had the best trainers, played for the best teams. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way. It's the same way in life. Those people who wake up early and grind, you know what I'm saying? Those who stay after and grind, those who have the best mentors, those are the ones who...
More importantly, it's the people who like work the smartest. Because there's a lot of people who wake up early in the gym and work out on their game, and like they practicing things that they can't do in the game. They're practicing things you can't do in real life. So people be working hard. Just because you work hard, that doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't. You have to work smart and apply that in the right way.
Yeah. So what do you think is like a way to really work smart? Like say you busting your ass, but you don't see any gains. You know what I'm saying? So
because you're doing something wrong, you're not allocating your time in the right area that needs growth. Like it's too broad. You have to dive in deep and really understand. Like this is a very broad question, but like for me, it's like if you have a business, like okay, cool, you're gonna have the best product in the world, but if no one can see it, it doesn't matter. So that's where I was talking about with skills. You need to get a skill in marketing and develop your marketing, or a skill in branding and put that out so you can build a community.
Yeah, that's real. So it really takes like that self-awareness to really like take a step back and look at like, okay, what am I good at? What am I not good at? Why am I not seeing gains?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then
you have to fully for you to like reach your top tier level or whatever you want to be. You have to fully understand what's going on, so you can know what to do.
Yeah, that's real. And so getting back to the story, talk about how you first got the idea for the slides. Come on, that was a crazy.
So basically, I'll tell the story. Like basically, it's like I knew like these little camo slipper slides, like custom slides. I seen someone post on Twitter, and they wanted them, and then got some retweets, and I'm like, yo, those are hard. I want to buy them, but I know a bunch of people will buy them. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna make these. But the thing was, I went to go make them, whatever, blah blah blah. But it basically cost 10 bands, and I was not like I didn't have 10 bands. So I just asked like you, all my friends, to give me 2 bands, and I'll double it or whatever. And I got them, and then I got 1,000 slides, and they came in, and I had to make some shake. Yeah, so that's what happened. Like,
that's real. It's crazy, bro. Now that like I wasn't thinking about it then, but now that you just said it, it reminds me of in the book. I want to say it was Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. He was saying how he was working on like a boat and they was catching fish. And one day they caught like the most fish ever. And he bought everybody's fish, but he had to sell all the fish before the next day because the ice was melting. And so it was like kind of do or die. Like, damn, there's no other option. I just got to get these off.
I really put myself in do or die situation because I didn't know they was going to sell. Really, I just thought they were going to sell. And I had to buy 1,000 of them. I spent 10,000 of someone else's money that I didn't know it was going to sell or not, and I had 1,000 of the shoes. 1,000 is a lot of shoes. Like 1,000, but I sold them all. So,
facts. So how'd you really stay? Like, how'd you stay calm throughout that?
I wasn't calm. What, bro? What do you mean stay calm? What you mean?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So, okay, I mean, a better question. Not how'd you stay calm. How'd you manage? You know what I'm saying? How'd you manage it all? Like having all this inventory, knowing you had to get it out. You know what I'm saying? Some days were good, some days were bad. Like how'd you really manage to sell them all?
I mean, I went all in. I remember sitting down like the first week, and like the first day I only sold like 2, if that. And I'm like, yo, this is way harder than school. That's what I was literally thinking. Like, how am I going to sell all these things? I was spending marketing money. They weren't selling. None of that, and I just had to manipulate social media really.
Yeah, and so how'd you prepare? What was your preparation like beforehand?
Yeah, I had good preparation. Like I found like all these pages, I hit them up like, yo, can you post this? Whatever, I pay you. I did all of that, and I thought that was gonna work, but it really didn't. So then I had to go and I'm gonna give y'all the blueprint right now.
Go ahead, break it down.
This is
good.
This is secret sauce right here. All right,
let's do it.
So the key. If you really want to sell something nowadays in 2019, you got to go on Twitter because Twitter is the most shareable social media. The thing is with Instagram is that Instagram is connected to the algorithm. So like, even if I post a picture, for a random person to see it, they have to be connected in some type of way. Unlike Twitter, like I can post a picture and if CJ retweets it, if someone else retweets it, it could pop up on someone's TL from like Idaho or Wyoming or Paris. It doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Facts. So putting out shareable content on Twitter is really what did it for me. Yeah,
that's real. And so once you found out that sauce, you just 10x'd it? Like you just kept doing that, or?
Yeah, and I started finessing. Like I started like hitting people up like, yo, I'll pay you $10, $15 just to quote this. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Like, oh, this is fire. You know what I'm saying? So now all in the TL, you seeing like these slides. You know, people are followers, and then you got other people quoting them and saying like, "Oh, these are hard." So now they come into the page, and it's picking up traffic. Now they come into the IG, they picking up Instagram traffic and stuff like that, and that's how I started. Yeah, that's how I started it from scratch.
Dang. Yeah, that's real. So you think it's still the same now?
Yeah, but I mean, everything social media. That's what I was saying with school is so outdated. It's because social media changes so fast. Like, if you get a book right now and they tell you how to grow your Instagram, they'll be like, use hashtags. Like, that's so burnt. like that's, Facts. You know what I'm saying? So Facts. Social media literally changes like every 2 months. Like they keep updating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you think you just got to stay up to date?
Like you got to understand the game. Like we were just saying earlier, you have to understand the game, and then you'll know how to attack.
Yeah. And so how long did it take you to get rid of those 1,000? Like, or most of them?
Like 2 months, 3 months. Because the thing is, I figured out, it's just a lot of other stuff. Like, you figure out with the business. Like, I was selling them at like $130, and then they weren't going. So I just kept lowering the price. And like at $60, $70, they were going. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It only cost $10. So, yeah.
So it was just testing.
Yeah,
testing. That's dope. And then, so once you got them all off, you paid everybody back. I know you was happy as hell. I was happy. I take that double amount.
As soon as I had ordered some more. I was like, all right, bet. Y'all started me off. Thank you. Goodbye. Let me get my bag now. You know what I'm saying? I blessed y'all real quick.
Yeah,
that's a great return.
That. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Great return for y'all.
Yeah, but talk about that. Once you paid everybody back, then you kept going.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, the thing is, here's where everyone, like all these young people mess up. They're like, yo, I want to make bread. I'm trying to make a quick 10 bands. You can't look at it that way. Because the thing is, once you make that 10 bands, you can make way more. The hardest part is getting to that 10 bands. Once you have that 10 bands, you're going to have incoming like streams of people coming in every single day trying to buy your stuff. So why would you stop right there? That makes no sense. People, as soon as you say like, yo, I'm trying to make a quick 10 minutes, you lose. Literally.
So what should the mindset be?
That I'm growing this brand.
Okay.
And then so at that point I was like, okay, let me just keep growing. People sending me up on IG, met up with some people, and it was doing cool.
Yeah, that's dope. And what happened as that started to grow? Well, first, was that your original mindset? Like, was your mindset I just want to get 1,000, flip it, and be done? Or
yeah, the mindset was like, I'm gonna try to get this 1,000. I thought I could flip it in like 20 days. But nah,
that was a huge goal.
That's like 50. That's like 50 a day.
Yeah,
nah.
Yeah.
So then after that, I was like, okay, I'm doing all this, but bro, it's really dead. Like if you go on my Instagram, you see I have like all those boxes. It's probably like 100, 150, and I'm just like, bro, this is too much work. Like, that's not how I'm trying to live. Like, okay, I'm making bread, that's cool and all. But I'm not trying to pack shit. Like, this is too much. Like, the operation of the business, emails, people complaining. Like, I never see my order. Just all this stuff was going on. I was like, I don't have time for this, bro.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know I can make bread and move smarter with it. So I hopped onto Amazon. And then,
Yeah, that's real. So, talk about how that like stopped the whole slides thing.
Yeah, well, I was just like, I knew that, like, I'm trying to not work. Like, everyone's like, work hard, work hard, work hard, work hard. Everyone always says work hard. No, bruh. Like, I've seen people, I worked at Delta on the ramp. I've seen 40-year-old men, like, throwing bags for their life, like, back hurting, sweating, like, in the sun 12, 14 hours for $18 an hour, bro. Don't tell me, like, work harder, bro. I've seen people who's worked their hardest and not made bread.
Yeah, that's facts. And speaking of Delta, let's go ahead and get into the trips. Let's get to, I forgot all about it. Let's get into the trips, because I know for me, and I'd have been to, like over 15 countries and stuff now, you know what I'm saying? But the first time I really thought about traveling was when you and Haji went to China. And then I was just like, dang, because we was living together at the time. I was like, I think just got back from China. Like, that's crazy. Talk about that experience.
Yeah, I mean, I was with the Force Supply. I went specifically there to go. Like, I was focused. I was locked in. I'm trying to make a bag. Like, I'm trying to get this stuff popping. You know what I'm saying? So, I went over to China. I went to this place called Canton Fair. It's huge. It's like 10 times the size of the World Congress Center. Super huge. Like, and they have trade shows with just crazy factories. And I'll never forget, I sat down and I kept asking this lady, like, yo, can you make this? Can you make that? And she stopped me. She was like, honey, this is China. We can make anything. And at that moment, my eyes lit up. I was like, oh, no. What? I was like, say no more. Like, let's get to
real.
it. Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
No, that's lit. That's lit. And so, so let's see. Okay, so after where were we at? After the China trip, was you traveling a lot during that time? Or was it China just a big trip?
Nah, we went to Paris before that, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to Paris 2016. What do you think about the Paris trip?
It was cool. It was life opening. It's cool. 1920 in Paris by yourself with your friends. Yeah, you can't really ask for much more.
Yeah, that was dope. What do you think is like the biggest lesson you've learned from traveling?
From traveling?
Yeah.
That, bro, everyone is asleep and America has all the opportunities, bro. And if y'all don't go and make something shake, because it's too easy, bro. I see people, like, remember in Nicaragua, it's like little 5-year-old kids, like, carrying water buckets to their crib and stuff. Like, bro, hustling. People are making money on Instagram, selling your phone. In America and over there, people are grinding for, like, barely anything. Like, so.
Yeah, that's real. For me, I would say I learned something totally different. I learned that's one thing that I still see. It's crazy how much opportunity they don't have, and they just still making a way. Like, even going to Senegal and seeing them just working, working hard. It's just crazy, but they just got to do it because it's do or die, literally.
Yeah, it's do or die.
Literally, like, they don't go make their bread. They don't eat. Their families don't eat.
Right.
But I think one of the biggest takeaways I took from traveling was like, there's kind of like a universal language of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like even if you don't speak someone's language, your energy could just be your energy be so like positive that they just cling on to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's one thing that I learned from traveling, and it was just like, dang, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Just by if you move a certain way.
Yeah, that's why that's what in life too is like.
Yeah.
No, that's what I learned from the Dubai trip was that like it's all about how you move.
Yeah.
It's all about the energy you really put out. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm so like I don't be going to parties. I don't be going to none of that stuff because I have to keep my energy a certain way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
that's real. Yeah, because I feel like
I keep my energy high. Like I be in the crib, bro.
Yeah, no, that's real. Cause I feel like Dubai is like it's an energy robber. Like everything out there, just from the whips to the girls to the sections. To
that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, bro, you really know how late you are. And you know what I'm saying. So
Facts.
you know what I'm saying, and your energy puts that out. So
nah, that's real. And so and so we kind of just went through all that to Dubai. Yeah, that Dubai trip, it was life-changing.
Dubai, when we came back from Dubai, that's when I was like, yo, that's when I was with the slides. I was like, bruh, nah, bruh.
Yeah.
That's when I remember, excuse my language, but but I remember that's what, bro, we were eating in Dubai, and I was like, yo, we really aren't shit. Remember me talking
at
about
the
that?
Ritz. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's when I really realized, like, I'm not shit. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was like, all right, it's time to pipe up.
Yeah, that's real. And I feel like sometimes it takes that, but
it takes that.
It
takes Diddy pulling up in a Rolls Royce in front of you with 30 girls to make you feel like you're not.
Right. It takes. Right, it takes having to follow Diddy to the to the villas, like
and not be able to get in. I'll admit that.
Yeah, no, you know I mean that's. I feel like I don't feel like we let's go put that on the air, like talk about that story. You know what I'm saying? That was a lit. You want to talk about it?
I mean, man,
I want to talk about it, bro. So.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we was in Dubai. We was piped up. You know what I'm saying? We knew every day we was lit out there, like for real. Like we was like going to sleep 6 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like, no telling what was going on. But nah, for real though, like we went to the club or whatever. We parked in the VIP, the club and there's just like a rush of energy, and you see like Diddy, his sons come out, whatever, blah blah. It's lit. They hop into all these black cars, and we're like all these girls, like 30, 40, like beautiful girls, like hop in with them, like taxis waiting, like everything. It's like a big entourage. So we're like, yo, let's just let's ride the wave, whatever. We follow all of them out. We pull up at where we at, some nice hotel. Yeah. The what's the guy? What's the person of Dubai, like the king of Dubai, not the king, the prince of Dubai? It was someone really big who reserved the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. Damn, what hotel was that? I don't remember, but yeah. Was it the Four Seasons? Nah, I don't know.
But either way, bro, it was just a rush of energy. Like Lambos, like 4 or 5 Rolls Royce. Yeah. Like what else was it? Was just foreigns. Like bro, we had a nice we had a big body Benz. We had a big body Benz, and they was looking at us like we had like a rapist van. No cap, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we pull up, it's lit, you know what I'm saying? Everyone hopping out. It's like for real, like 40 girls, bro. And like 3 kids, like 3 like Diddy and his sons or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then there's a little event there. After that, we go hop back in. We linking up with friends, like his friends and stuff. They in our whip. We pull back up. We're going to like the Calabasas of Dubai at this point. And we pull up and it's like Diddy's crib, like where he was posted at and stuff. And it was just lit. Like it was
crazy. They had their own dock where you put a boat. You know what I'm saying? They had the maids and butlers outside. It was like 7 a.m. They was still outside. Yeah, lit. They'd be there 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it was crazy. And just seeing that made me realize like there's so much further.
There's so much more.
Yeah, it's so much more to get to. And so back to when you decided you wanted to get rid of the slides, what did you do next?
I knew like the most important thing is like for anyone who's selling anything or doing anything, like 1, you need to understand your market, but 2, you gotta also understand the demand of what the product you're selling. And I knew do-rags was hot. This was last year. I knew this was before like people really seen designer rags or like velvet rags. They kind of seen it, but it wasn't like really out there yet. Right. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I'm like, oh, it's hot. Like this is coming up. Like I'm ahead of the wave. Like bet. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me cop some velvet do rags. I hadn't been copped them, but I took it like for real serious when we got back from Dubai. I put them up on Amazon because I understand Amazon and the platform, and it's a bunch of trust on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like no one was doing that. There was like no velvet do rags on Amazon. There was like some silk do rags, but there was no velvet do rags. So I was like, oh, bet. All right, let me just put like 5 colors up and see. And they started selling. Like I was making like 200 a day. 300 a day, 400 a day, like 500 a day. So I'm like, okay, let me add more colors. You know what I'm saying? So then I just added more colors, and the more colors I added, the more money I made.
Yeah.
So.
And talk about that, like how important variety is. You know, when you have a product.
I mean, like I said, it's all about the demand. You know what I'm saying? So I knew with this is that the demand to a certain extent it was unlimited because I'm really the only one providing these, you know, and so people want as many colors as you can get. Yeah. So I started pumping out colorways. Like
that's real. And so you really found a trend, you know, and so that's one thing I try to tell like the young people that I'm around, like even me and Mason talked about it, talking about how when it comes to like selling online, whether it's Shopify, Amazon, you got to find a trend. You know what I'm saying? So what's some like advice you would give to someone about finding trends or finding?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You gotta understand your market. I keep saying that shit because people don't understand that. Like you have to understand what's missing. Like if you're trying to rap, you're trying to make music, you have to be in a mood that's not out right now. Like so everyone's trying to copy like all these girl rappers. Like you city girls, like they're city girls. Right. That's it. That mood is taken. Right. Find a new mood.
Right.
Like.
Right, that's real. So do you think it's more of like finding the market before finding the product?
Yeah, it's not about the product, it's about the market. And I knew young black people, there was no young black businesses on Amazon. Yeah. So white people don't know what do-rags were at the time. They didn't know what no velvet do-rags were. And if they did, they didn't know. Yeah. But I knew like that's what was hot. Cause I wanted a do-rag and I got hair. Right. I wanted a velvet do-rag.
Right. Yeah, no, that's real. And so you started out just by making, you know, 200, 300 a day. So like, what has it grown to now?
Yo, you trying to put me on the spot? Yo, this now I'm making big racks. You know what I'm saying? But no. All right, let me chill. But no, on some real stuff though. I had a great Christmas. I had a great Christmas. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got over 100 do-rags. So Slippery Apparel, go look at it on Amazon. I'm booming. I'm selling like 300, 400, 500 a day. At $20 each. Yeah. Average. So y'all can do the math.
Yeah, no, that's real.
And that's not a cap.
Yeah, you don't want to say it, but I mean, right now it's gotten to the point where you do have a 7-figure business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just go ahead and put it on air. Yeah. And that's dope, bro. I'm super proud of you. You know what I'm saying? Just because I
do-rags, you know what I'm saying? And that's my whole vision, to show people that, like, yo, I was 22 at the time. I made the shit shake off do-rags in 9 months. I don't have to rap. I don't have to hoop. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts.
I'm still in the same tax bracket.
Yeah, that's facts. And so yeah, no, that's real. That's real. And so now, just how much of like a priority is it for you to like stay humble? You know what I'm saying? Because you're making more money.
It's like I said, like it's not a priority at all. It's not about like trying to stay humble or being humble. I'm just gonna be who I am. You know what I'm saying?
So you think you're a humble person?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm confident, but at the same time, I feel like I don't really like brag or boast on what I really do. Like no one, like until this interview, no one had no idea that any of this was, you know, popping off like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not really about being humble. It's just more about like, I mean, staying grounded and just I'm still the same person. You feel me? So I never changed. Like when the money came, it's not like I changed. You know what I'm saying? Because I was already that person before the money came, and that's why the money came.
Damn, that's a bar. Yeah, that's real. And so, what's next for you? You know what I'm saying? Because now you kind of scratch the surface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like no cap. That was practice. So like, because they're do-rags. At the end of the day, I didn't think they were gonna pop up. Like I thought, my goal was like, if I make 10 bands a month out do-rags, I'm lit. And that happened so fast. Yeah. So it was like, that was like, it's me and my brother. We have this creative company called Retrovert, and it's basically it's a brand that's embracing nostalgia while living in the future, and we're basically a voice for creatives or anyone who's trying to put something out or trying to create and know they don't want to work that 9 to 5. This is a brand for you.
Interesting. And so, if somebody hearing this right now is just like, "Oh, that's dope," that's me. What steps should they take?
I mean, just follow us on Retrovert Shop and be a part of the journey, and follow us on Twitter too, Retrovert Shop. I think, yeah. But more importantly, this brand is what I'm doing is embodying creatives, and because I understand that's the future. I understand where the digital age is going, and that a lot of people, like, internet is becoming the way of life.
For sure.
If you understand the internet, you win. Look at all the from 2017 up. Look at all the rap, like, entertainers, anyone. Like, if you know what you're doing on the internet, you win. Like,
yeah,
like globally, like not just like it's not just like you win in your little small area in Atlanta. No, you win globally.
Right.
Like all these rappers, like Blueface, he finessed all off the internet, bro.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's
Fashion Nova taking over, bro. Internet, the Shade Room, one of the biggest media blogs, internet.
Yeah. And so, what's some advice you would give to somebody who's they want to really make that leap, but they don't want to clout chase. They don't want to do the most.
It's about your content. It's all about your content. You don't have to clout chase. You just have to put out the highest form of shareable content. That's authentic to you. That's it. It's about how good your content is. That's what people are trying to figure out now. Like, it's all about content.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell how well someone understands Instagram or understands social media by their content that they post. Just by the pictures they post on their gram, you can tell how much they understand.
Yeah.
By the videos that they post.
Yeah. That's facts. That's real. And so so since this is your visionary podcast, what is your vision? What do you see yourself in Retrovert 5 years from now?
I mean, it's a creative company, so I'm trying to embody all creatives. What we're going to have is a huge community of creatives, because I understand that's the future. At the end of the day, what's making these rappers pop off are these creative kids who are doing these edits on these videos. I understand the climate of where our culture is at right now. So most importantly that, and then also we're pushing our slides, because we're also a footwear company that wants to eventually expand out to shoes. But I know I can't drop a shoe right now, just because, like, who's gonna buy a shoe from Retrovert? Right. Right now at this current age. So we have some slides with interchangeable straps, something different. Got tread bottoms, and got embossing. It's very detailed, high quality. Yeah. So within 5 years, we're building a community. Like, I want to be the home and the voice for creatives, and also to show people that, look, you can do what you want. I'm doing this. Like, someone who inspired me, someone like Cole Bennett, because he has Lyrical Lemonade, and he did that at, like, our age. And he's just to go to show people he did that all off the internet.
Yep.
And now it's more than internet. Like, don't get me wrong though. Like, you have to be more, like, it's a time where before you could just do everything off on the internet, but you also have to do stuff off the internet. Like, the internet is just not going to validate you. You also have to be, like, what you are on the internet. You have to be on what you are off the internet as well.
Right. It's just been authentic. That's what it sounds like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Who you are on the internet has to be. Yeah. What you say off? You got to be the same person. Yeah. You can't live two lives.
So also with Retrovert too, is that we're also having a media agency a part of it. So, like, we're getting, like, people who, like, design, graphic animation, photography, and segregating them into different, like, companies and connecting them and contracting them with, like, Fortune 500 companies and stuff like that, alongside with the clothing and then the animation and the media.
Dope. This is gonna be like a big creative movement. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Creative revolution. I want to ask you, like, what advice would you give to your 18, 19-year-old self, and why?
That I would give to myself. I mean, I was like 2 years ago.
I was like 5, 18.
Yeah. Wait, chill. I'm not that old. Be as lit as possible.
What? Be as lit as possible?
Yeah.
What you mean by that? Elaborate.
Yeah, like, do everything you can to be piped up. Like, because, like...
What you mean?
Like, don't be afraid. Like, everyone wants to have fun and be the biggest person that they can be.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to do that.
Mm.
If that makes sense, because you have to, as soon as you step out your comfort zone and understand that, like, you can do that, you can do anything.
Mm.
So it's all about just showing, like, you have to prove to yourself that you can actually do anything.
Yeah. So it's more like be the most lit version of yourself as possible.
Yeah, or be the most yeah, because everybody wants to have fun, and like everyone wants to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing is like, with like, when I mean piped up, I mean like having the best time that you can have, but also like having other stuff that's like going on like behind the scenes too.
Right.
That's what I consider cool.
Yeah, no, that's real. That's super real. And so let everybody know where they can find you, where they can find Retrovert, all of that.
They can find me on Instagram __ Prince Austin, and they can find Retrovert at Retrovert Shop. And then the website is hard, yo. Like, check out the website. It's 3D, like 3d.retrovertshop.com. It's 3D. You're gonna have a great experience. It'll show the creative side of what I'm trying to do.
Dope. It's lit. And so is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, follow my little brother too. He's part of this at Retroverter, and we did this together. So this also, this is support two young black kids,
that way,
brothers, having a dream and really about to execute this.
That's real. Shout out to Bryce. I'm excited to see the growth. You know what I'm saying, where it goes. And so I just appreciate you for coming on, my brother. It's been a pleasure. We'll have to get you back on. Some time from now, and just check back up on your growth.
Yes, sir.
See where you're going.
Man.
Alrighty, so there it is, y'all. See y'all next time. Peace. Right. Hold on, actually, I take that back. We just had a quick conversation off air, and my brother want to add some more value to y'all. So let's get into it.
All right, yeah.
To the mic.
I just got asked the question, like, how do you feel about the current state of e-commerce right now? And my answer was, it was hot. But then I realized that a lot of y'all who are really serious about the e-commerce have went on YouTube, have went on Google, went on all these places and looked to do stuff, and y'all saw like all these people saying like, oh, you can make $300 so easily, oh, you can drop ship, oh, you can do that, and y'all, oh, it's this course, and you go buy this and you do it and it doesn't work. And the reason why it doesn't work because people don't understand the core fundamentals of this. And I really want to speak on this because what's happening is all these YouTubers and all these young kids flexing with rollies and stuff is really saturating and hurting the entrepreneur name. And there's so many like fake entrepreneurs out here who are really damaging like people like me, who I've been calling myself an entrepreneur since I was like 7, like for real. Mm-hmm. So my whole thing is that if the current state of entrepreneurship and e-commerce is extremely high, but the first thing you have to do is understand the market and what you're trying to sell, and don't try to sell a crappy product. Don't try to dropshipping is cool if you want to like practice, but it's not a real business. It's not a real business. So the most important thing is to understand your market, and when you see that market, you have to give them a product that like they want, like some demand.
Yeah. That's right. So what if you don't have that capital to start out with? What advice would you give someone?
I mean, if you can get a couple $100, bro, then like, I mean, that's on you, bro.
Yeah. So what if you do have a couple hundred? What would be the next step?
If you have a couple $100, here's the steps. First, before you really buy a product, you want to know your market. Like, what type of people are trying? Like, what type of people are you trying to go towards? And if I was anyone, I stayed within who I am as a person because I understand that market. Like, people try to go and sell stuff that's outside of their lane. You have to stay inside of your lane and understand like if you like Dragon Ball Z, you like anime, like make a hard like anime necklace that's cool and trendy, and put that out, and then people like you and other people will like that, So that's the first step, is like finding your market, then getting some money and going to either Alibaba or AliExpress. AliExpress is if you only want to buy a couple, like 3, 4, or 5. Alibaba is if you want to do it big and get straight to the bag, like if you want to get 100. So I would suggest Alibaba. You can do AliExpress, and when you go on AliExpress, get your products made. Once your products is made, make an Instagram page. Okay, do not sell it from a personal page. Like, it's like, no, you can do that, but it's not going to take it up to the level you want it to be. Make a personal Instagram page. Now people are like, oh, okay, I made this personal Instagram page. I'm posting my product, but no one is seeing it. The reason why no one is seeing it is because you're not putting out shareable content. Your content is not good enough. It goes back to your content. Make really good content. Make really shareable content. Have your friends retweet it. You know what I'm saying? Make a Twitter for it. People don't make Twitters for their thing. Twitter, I was telling you, Twitter is hot. It's a golden gem right now. Twitter is hot. You know what I'm saying? So boom, do that. Now your IG page is going in. I learned how to do Facebook ads. I don't know anything about that. I learned all that stuff. You can learn all that on YouTube. That's what I was saying. School is valuable, but to make money right now, instantly, you can go on YouTube and learn everything you can build. I built my website, my first website, not this one. But yeah, and then have a IG page. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now you got followers coming in, you got traffic coming in, your content is good and shareable. Now you're getting sales. Now it's like, oh, okay, let me hit up these pages and they can post it. Let me hit up these influencers. Let me send them a couple. And now it becomes a brand. Now you have some type of identity, and that market's already going to love it. You can gravitate towards them even more. Yeah. And that's how you start a brand up. That's way better than drop shipping, because drop shipping, anyone can make that product, bro. You're not different. Like, you have to be different. People don't understand, like, in this game, like, not everyone makes it. Yeah. Not, like, rap, music, anything. Not everyone. I know people be like, yo, he's about to be next. He's about to be next. We all about to be next. Maybe, but it's looking, like, slow for all that. Like, so you have to be different. Like, your product has to be different. Your brand has to be different. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. No, that's dope. Great advice. So, yeah. Bet. Well, there it is. If you want to ask Austin some questions personally, hit him up. he might reply, might not. But if he don't, send me the questions.
I'm gonna help y'all.
But there it is. You heard it here first. All right, peace for real this time. Yeah. Now, this part of the episode is what I call the Visionary Minute, where I talk about my key takeaways from the episode. And this episode with Austin was super valuable, and so I hope y'all were able to get something from it. You know, my first takeaway is that it's important to pay attention to your market. All right? Think about who you want to help, and then figure out what they want, and then go create it. And throughout Austin's story, he wanted to serve the culture. So with every business, he figured out what they would want, and he created it and sold it. Simple. And takeaway number 2, have self-awareness. Realize where you are in your journey, and then visualize where you want to go. You can't play yourself when it comes to success. You can fool other people, but at the end of the day, you know what's going on behind the scenes. You know if you're really building a successful business, or if you're just out there looking like it. So keep it a buck with yourself and others. And takeaway number 3 is simple. Do what you want. And this seems like it's Austin's tagline. He always says he does what he wants. And I think that's an important mindset that we should all try to embody. You know, life is short. So if you're not living the life you want to live, then you're just wasting your time here on earth. Literally anything is possible. And the only thing stopping you from your goals is your mindset. And so with that being said, for those of you who don't know, I published a book earlier this year called The Positive Affirmation Guide. And the book just talks about the power of positivity and using affirmations to accelerate your life. And just for those listening right now, I'm giving away the audiobook version of the book for free. Yes, for free, because I want everyone listening to take advantage of every day we get here on earth. And a negative perspective on life will do nothing but hold you back. And so if you're interested, visit yourvisionarypodcast.com/audiobook to get the free book. And if you want the hard copy, you can do that too. You can get it if you want. And I appreciate y'all, because I'm doing this, you know, for the listeners. This is a free podcast. I don't want anything from this other than to share the stories of people who have inspired me throughout my journey. And so that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, again, please leave a 5-star review and share it with a friend. Much love. Peace.